side.
Where?
To our left diagonal. Right where I'm pointing. Right back this way.
I see him. Right there.
Babies will spend about 15 years or so with their moms.
Can't see over
giving them the second
right
longest
there.
childhood next to man.
On the left.
There, you can just kind of see her
Yeah, on the
down
left.
there.
See the baby one underneath?
And you see how they're flapping their ears. I need everyone to please remain seated for me.
No, it's a real small one by
They
their
flap
butt.
their ears because they've got lots of blood vessels in those ears, and by flapping them, it cools down the blood, which recirculates through their body and helps keep their temperature down. Now, if you look back, you might be able to get a good view.
There they are again.
Both male and female African elephants have those beautiful ivory tusks, which unfortunately makes them very vulnerable to poachers. And they'll eat about 300 pounds of grass a day.
There's
And they
another
can live to be
black one.
60 to 70 years old.
She's so small.
She's been spraying herself.
No, look it.
She's been. They're going through the mud. We're gonna get stuck in the mud.
Maybe, you never know. Let it.
Alright, it looks like we've got a flock of flamingos here at the watering hole. These are greater flamingos, and they're the lightest pink of all the
There's
flamingo
the birds. Look,
species.
flamingos.
They get their color primarily from their diet, which consists primarily of tiny brine shrimp and other water creatures that are high in carotene. And the carotene is what will turn their feathers pink. They're actually, when they hatch, they're gray, and they'll turn this color over time.
Really? They're fighting because it's hot out.
Okay, everyone, help me keep an eye out, because we are entering into white rhino country.
Who?
Rhino country. It could just be about anywhere. Okay, I see some coming up on your left. They look more like orange rhinos. I see they found a nice little mud hole there to wallow in. And there's also some ostriches coming up on the right-hand side. And they're the largest of all bird eggs. They can be about 3 to 4 pounds each.
Where?
Oh, look it. Ostrich.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Saw with your arm. Tired.
Now these white rhinos represent one of Africa's greatest success stories. They were hunted nearly to extinction for their horns, but thanks to widespread conservation and anti-poaching efforts, their populations have been brought back to sustainable levels. And if you look way back there behind those trees, you're going to see a cheetah that's sitting up. And there's one laying down right next to it.
Wow.
You gotta look all the way to the
All the way at the top of the hill. It's really far.
Now they're the fastest land animal. They can sprint at speeds of about 70 miles an hour. And they're predominantly daytime hunters, so they do rely more on their sight than their smell.
It's hard to say.
Alright, now up ahead is a copie. And these islands of rock will jet out across the savannah. And they're often used by big cats such as lions for laying out in the sun. And also as a vantage point to watch for prey.
There's something up top.
And I see the head of the male there laying down. Should be able to get a good
No, don't
view.
stand up, Jess. Don't. We're going to get a better sight. We'll see him
He'll
better.
spend about 18 to 20 hours of his day resting, while the lioness, the female who's laying
It's
to
just
his
his head right
right-hand
there.
side, does most of the hunting for their pride, which is their family group. They've got eyesight, which is about 6 times better than that of humans.
Look, a skeleton.
Alright, now up ahead are some warthog burrows. Actually, I see a warthog in one of his little homes now over on the left-hand side. They're among Africa's largest burrowing animals. They burrow in backwards, leaving their tusk exposed, and that helps keep them safe from predators. And they can also reach speeds of about 30 miles an hour. And we got some ostrich over on your right-hand side. Now, even though they're birds and they have wings, they can't fly, but they can reach land speeds of about 40 miles an hour. And these brown and white animals with the horns are the bontebok. They're almost completely extinct in the wild.
There are poachers in the area. Can you help us cut them off?
Roger, Wilson, we'd be glad to help. So does everyone have to catch some poachers?
Thanks.
Yeah? Alright, let's go. Oh no. It looks like the poachers have broken through the gate and left the reserve, so we're going to have to go off-road and chase after them, everyone. So hang on, this could get a little bit bumpy.
The poachers are heading east. Keep going, and you drive them to my patrol. Over.
Roger, Wilson, we are heading east through the gorge now.
Are they going to get us wide here?
Oh my goodness! Does the bird get wet? It gets wet!
Prescott's going to get wet. Maybe.
Oh no. I think we may be too late, Wilson. It looks like the poachers gave us a servant.
Oh, not to worry. You drop them right into my patrol.
That is great news, Wilson.
The poachers ran, but they won't get far. We located the mother elephant. Thanks to you, they are now both safe. Asante sana, everyone.
Glad we can help, Wilson.
I have to go now. We have to get this baby elephant back to its mother.
Alright, everyone, thank you so much for helping us reunite that baby elephant with its mom. Could not have done it without your help. But unfortunately, that got us off our scheduled trek. Someone had to drop you off at the nearest warden's post. Hakuna Matata, no worries. It's just a short walk to Harambe village from there. And if you're interested in more up-close animal encounters, I would recommend the Pangani Forest Trail.